That egg you just bought, did you know it's basically a package of liquefied oil? $4 for a dozen, and yet the price of crude oil controls it. Every lettuce, every box of cereal, you're not just buying food. You're buying fuel, fertilizer, shipping, energy in disguise. And here's the kicker, when oil prices spike, your grocery bill jumps instantly. But when oil drops, the store keeps the profit. We've built a system that's fragile, just in time, and entirely dependent on fossil fuels. Electric trucks won't fix this overnight. You're the shock absorber of every oil spike, every geopolitical event, every energy crisis. So next time you're in the supermarket, ask yourself, how much of your paycheck are you really paying to feed the oil market? And do you even have a choice? You paid $4 for a dozen eggs this morning. You probably didn't think about the price of crude oil when you were standing in the refrigerated aisle. Why would you? But that egg? It's basically a package of liquefied petroleum. We've been told for years that the energy transition is coming, that we are weaning ourselves off the black stuff. And yet, when the price of a barrel of oil twitches even by a few measly dollars, your grocery bill doesn't just flicker. It jumps. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on why your food is so expensive. It isn't just inflation, and it isn't just supply chain disruption. It's a hidden, rigid mechanism built into the foundation of the global economy that most people refuse to see. Music, low, driving bassline starts. Subtle tension. Let's get the math out of the way, because it's the only part of this that actually makes sense. When you buy a head of lettuce or a box of cereal, you aren't just paying for the food. You are paying for an invisible delivery network that spans the entire planet. Consider the food miles concept. That apple in your hand? It's been on a ship, then a train, then a massive diesel-burning 18-wheeler. But that's just the transportation. Think about the fertilizer. Modern agriculture is essentially the process of turning natural gas into grain. Without synthetic fertilizers, which are derived from fossil fuels, global crop yields would crater. We aren't just eating food, we're eating processed energy. Here is the irony, when oil prices drop, you'd expect your food to get cheaper, right? It rarely works that way. Economists call this price stickiness. When the cost of diesel goes up, the price of eggs goes up the next day. When the cost of diesel goes down, the supermarket doesn't lower the price of eggs. They just keep the profit. It's the ultimate one-way ratchet. Music, the tempo increases slightly. A sense of urgency. Now, let's look at the mechanism. We live in a world of just-in-time inventory. Decades ago, stores kept months of stock in backrooms. Today, they keep hours of stock. This makes the system incredibly efficient, but also terrifyingly fragile. When the price of oil spikes, the cost to move that inventory spikes instantly. Because the stores have no buffer, the cost is passed to you before the truck even reaches the loading dock. We've optimized the grocery store for profit, not for resilience. You might be thinking, what about electric vehicles? What about the green transition? That's where the narrative clashes with the reality. We are moving toward a renewable grid, but we aren't moving toward a renewable logistics network, not yet. The sheer energy density of diesel is still the king of long-haul freight. You can't power a transoceanic cargo ship or a massive combine harvester on a lithium-ion battery with today's technology. So, we are stuck in a strange middle ground. We have the high capital costs of building a new energy future, while still being entirely tethered to the price volatility of the old one. This brings us to the uncomfortable truth. The volatility you see in the grocery store isn't a bug in the system. It's a feature. The companies that manage your food supply are experts at hedging. They buy oil futures to protect their bottom line. But you? You don't hedge your grocery bill. You are the shock absorber. Every time the geopolitical winds blow in the Middle East, or a production quota changes in a South American nation, you are the one who pays the premium. We've reached a point where the price of a gallon of gasoline has become the most important economic indicator in your life. More than the stock market, more than interest rates. If you want to know if you'll be able to afford your lifestyle next month, don't look at the financial news. Look at the price of oil. Music, the bass line drops out. Alone, steady synth note holds. So, where does this end? We are currently building a world that requires more energy than ever before, but we are increasingly uncomfortable with the sources of that energy. We want the convenience of global, year-round produce at every corner store, but we are unwilling to accept the volatility that comes with transporting it thousands of miles. The system can't stay in this state forever. Either the logistics networks become hyper-localized, meaning your food comes from closer to home, and you lose your strawberries in January, or the price of the energy food link will continue to disconnect the average person from their purchasing power. We are essentially gambling that we can reach a point of energy abundance before the cost of the status quo becomes unsustainable. But as you walk through that grocery aisle today, look at the price tag. Then look at the labels. Thousands of miles traveled. Millions of gallons burned. The question isn't whether the price of oil will change. The question is, when the next spike happens, how much more of your paycheck are you actually willing to trade for that carton of eggs? And more importantly, do you really have a choice?